Hi friends, I'm Prairie Vintage Jewelry. My name is Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube. I use spirit and my intuition and the tarot to communicate energies to you, the viewer. Today we will be taking a look at positive changes coming towards you. Okay, so what positive changes are in store for you? And I'm super excited to deliver this message. So yeah, take a look at these three piles. I pre-shuffled the oracle cards. I have not looked at them. We'll pull some tarot and we'll take a look at what spirit wants to communicate to you. So pile number 1 is left to right. Okay, pile number 2 and pile number 3. So feel free to pause the video and you will most likely be drawn to one pile, and that will be the pile with the most messages. Now, if you're drawn to more than one pile, that is fine. That just means there's multiple messages for you that can apply. Okay, just take what resonates and we will see you at your timestamp. All right. Hello, my beautiful, gorgeous pile number 1. I'm so excited to share with you guys positive changes ahead coming towards you. So you picked this brass key right here and these oracle cards, which were pre-picked. I have not looked at them, so we'll flip them over together. And I'll get into your message once I lay all the cards out, just so I don't miss anything, but we'll take a look at them together. All right. Thank you, Spirit, for a clear and concise message here for pile number 1. So we have transforming empathic absorptions. Oh, wow. With the number 13. The dove. Okay. We have instinct. Beautiful. Already getting a message here for pile number 1. Spider. Trust the creative spark you're feeling and express it through writing stories that inspire and enlighten. All right. We have Uranus with change, number 25. We have reunion, reconciling differences, 10-10. And we have this abstract. Wow, very similar to a web of a spider, and also the imagery right here. Very interesting. Okay. We have being in the flow. I am in the flow of the universe. We have Taygeta with the aquamarine star expression. I express my intuition with self-confidence and love. Wow, look at all the music notes. Very beautiful. Taygeta with the number 29 or the number 11. Okay. We have clarity, the number 5, planning, releasing illusion. I'm just feeling like shuffling these over a little bit here. All right. Okay. 45, time to go. Or the number 9. And we have the drowned king. Okay, let's pull a few tarot cards as well. I'm going to pull Wow. Okay, let's take those. So we have the Knight of Swords. We have the Knight of Cups, and we also have the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, I'm going to put these right over here. Actually, let's see how much space I have. Okay, I think we're okay here. Wow, beautiful. Pile 1. I can really sense the shift in your energy. I feel like you have been in a state for some time where things weren't quite working out very well, or at least you're trying very, very hard to get something to move, get something to click, get something to change. Really try to put in energy and effort in an area that just wasn't quite working, or just didn't quite seem to be moving in the direction that you wanted. Okay, but I feel like the positive changes coming now is you're finding a way to, despite what this is, okay, for all of you guys could be something different, but I feel like instead of pushing through whatever that is, or trying to change something that is really not changeable, you're able to work within your own confines of what you have with the tools that you have, and your ability to allow that to be, and shift your energy and your focus somewhere else. Okay, so you're leaving behind a state in which things weren't working, where things were maybe, yeah, very challenging, and you accepted the fact that the situation was not going to progress, or was not going to be fruitful, at least not to your expectation or your level of understanding. Okay, so I feel like you've been able to see the situation from a different perspective. And not only that, but I feel like you're really creative in how you are filling your headspace now, because I feel like this challenge has been taking up a lot of your time, a lot of your energy, a lot of your effort. I feel like for a lot of you guys, it may have really taken a toll on you physically, mentally, and you're learning to release that. Okay, and I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're in the process of acknowledging that there needs to be release. And then for some of you guys, you have taken the first few steps of releasing and letting go of either needing to control or understand a situation, or work with a situation that almost seems as though it was impossible, or that it was not panning out in a way that you had expected or had wanted. And I feel like this is allowing energy to shift and change in the direction that's going to help you release any sort of energy that was stagnant, and I was going to say even like mentally draining. Okay, and it is allowing you to step forward, and it's also shifting whatever that situation is into a different vibration, in which naturally or organically the situation will end up ironing out for itself. Okay, so spirit wants you to know that whatever that situation is, although it was very challenging and may still appear to be challenging, it could be an individual that's not wanting to work with you, or not cooperating, or a situation that there seemed to be, just no matter how much time and energy and effort you put into it, you were kind of in the same, hitting the same walls, entering the same cycles. But I feel like you were able to break away, and that situation, what spirit is saying, is now going to, within its own vibration, sort itself out, okay, in the way that it is supposed to. Now, slowly but surely, I think that situation will become clearer and clearer to you, okay? But I feel like what Spirit is saying is the positive changes here is your ability to creatively focus on areas that you're able to move forward in your own truth, okay? And this is providing you a whole new energetic vibration. The Drowned King here is interesting because I feel like for a lot of you guys, you may have had to work with somebody who is potentially in their ego, okay, or somebody who just is needing to do a lot of work on themselves in a situation that, you know, seemed very one-sided. And maybe you felt like you were doing the heavy load or at least the bulk of the planning. And I feel like in order for you to have shifted your energies away, you've also had to let go of some of your own egos, some of your own hangups. But I think deeper yet, I feel like a lot of you guys have had to shed a piece of identity in which potentially was really ingrained in your fiber. Okay, with the instinct card here, I'm really getting that there is a way of you that has kind of always seemed to be a part of your fiber, woven into how you are. And I feel like what Spirit is wanting to communicate in order to give you some sort of clarity on your situation that might provide some ease is the fact that this way of being that you identified with was so woven into you. And the lessons here was for you to separate yourself from ways of being that don't make you who you are. Okay, they could be a part of how you've been in the past. They represent ways of being that you might have embraced for a very long period of time, and it was woven into who you are and how you react. But I feel like you've been very aware of separating yourself from this way of thinking, way of being, way of engaging. And you've really been focusing on doing the self work and the shadow work and letting that go specifically. And I feel like for this lesson here, it is more about that lesson for you to really be aware of rather than the situation at hand. Okay, the individual, the situation, the challenge, whatever it may be, was Spirit allowing you to really experience how you might have been reactive in the past or handling situations in the past, and being very aware of your impact and your influence over removing this way of being that potentially is not helping serve you as an individual. Okay, that became very ingrained in how you go about things, and a lot of it could have very well been controlling in situations. Okay, how you control situations and how you might have invested yourself in situations that maybe weren't ideal in bringing forth what it is that you deserve. Okay, and yeah, I feel like the positive change here is your freedom to let it go and your freedom to not have to be absorbed in an area or trapped in a situation that wasn't allowing you to escape, give you peace of mind. Okay, and I feel like there is this feeling almost of a clean slate and a feeling of not knowing then who you are or how you're supposed to be, because I feel like when you let go of this this way of being that's been ingrained, I see it like kind of like a weave in your being, and you meticulously kind of removing these threads from you bit by bit by bit has been a very lengthy process. For some of you guys, could very well be for a very long extended period of time. I feel like now you have been able to pull all these threads away from your being, but now you're looking at yourself and wondering, you know, what am I left with here? Who am I? And rediscovering what is actually real, what is actually self, okay, without identifying as your actions of the past. Okay, I also feel like for a lot of you guys here with I express my intuition with self-confidence and love, and express it through writing stories and inspire and enlighten. I feel like your creative side is really driving healing at this time. So a lot of you guys might be writing, music, might be singing music, might be I feel like this healing energy about your creativity is inspiring you to continuously move forward and actually find out more about yourself. And I feel like as you progress through, there is this message, like I said, from spirit, that with reconciling differences, I feel like this situation is not one that you could just up and part with. And I feel like this is why it is so difficult or ingrained, because I feel like there is a situation in which you must be, I say must because I feel like there is this karmic lesson here, or there's a situation in which you are being almost forced to by spirits to engage with and resolve. And the reason being is because there are still lessons here, and I feel like there is a resolution here with reconciling differences that comes unexpectedly and in a way that you don't typically handle, okay, because you've been able to pull away a way of being of how you would engage in a situation. And for some of you guys, you've had to really almost, and I don't want to say ignore, because I don't feel like you can really ignore the situation or that person or that energy, but I feel like you've been able to absorb it in a way that you are alchemizing it into creative passions, and rather than building on anxieties and fears and unhealthy mental patterns and pain, I feel like you're able to transform some of this energy into beautiful creations while you kind of witness what's going on around you. Okay, it's almost like you're an observer of this challenging situation rather than a participant, which gives you a sense of freedom to change and focus your own energy towards what you can actually control. It's giving you clarity. It's, like I said, shifting the energy. Okay. This could definitely be in a relationship. This could definitely be in, with family, with a partner, with a situation, even at work, dealing with individuals in which you can't or just up and leave your job, but you're having to cooperate and work alongside maybe people who aren't playing very nice, or who have difference of opinion, or whose outcome or drive is steering things in a way that you may not necessarily agree with or want to partake with, but you're kind of there. You're kind of there needing to be a part of that whole experience. Okay, so I could see that it's quite frustrating for you guys. And I feel like up until now you haven't really benefited, and you haven't really gained anything positive. It's kind of been a long time fostering or looking at a situation and almost expecting or awaiting some sort of change, some sort of result, some sort of award, some sort of shift, and it just was not coming. So I feel like you had no other choice but to, yeah, steer your energy in a way that was allowing you to control the things that you were able to control, okay, bit by bit. And bit by bit becomes a lot after time. So for those of you guys who have just started focusing on the areas you're able to, bit by bit, Spirit is saying bit by bit will become a lot, and that the situation will resolve itself here. Okay, there is reunion and reconciling differences. So I feel like there is this yeah, I feel like half of the situation involves somebody else, something else, having to learn their own lessons in this situation. Okay, and you have pulled through with flying colors here in your own lessons. And I feel like the positive change is going to give you a lot more clarity, and the positive change and shift in energy is going to allow for there to be a reconciliation of differences in a situation that might have seemed like an impasse, might have seemed impossible, was driving you definitely a little bit, I was going to say almost crazy, but I feel like it was driving you insane to the point of frustration, and for some of you guys, sadness, and feeling like you're lost in emotions here with this drowned king. Okay, very very challenging situation where at some point, Spirit is saying, at some point you were involved in this situation where it seemed like there was no way out of the depths of the situation, where you couldn't breathe, or you felt like you couldn't breathe, you couldn't grab onto anything to pull yourself out, and you felt like you were potentially, you know, going to drown in a situation, either with emotions or yeah, with nothing really around to help, or it felt like there was no one around to help, or nothing that you could do to free yourself. Okay, but you've come so far, and now you are on solid ground, and you are walking away from any of the parts of the situation that you are unable to control, and it is allowing you to focus on your creative desires while this situation kind of irons itself out. Okay, wow. So very beautiful here for pile number 1. I really enjoyed this reading. If you're drawn to another pile, I will see you there, and love and light. See you soon. Hello, my beautiful pile number 2. If you picked this silver key right here, then pile number 2, this is your reading. Now, I pre-picked these oracle cards. I have not looked at them, and we'll pull some oracle as well. So before I get into your message, we're going to put all the oracle cards out first, and then take a look at what positive changes are coming to you. Okay, so what does Spirit want to communicate in regards to positive changes? I'm so excited to see what is coming your way. Ooh, engaging with fears and doubts. Number 30. We have self-worth. Okay. And we have boar, pig. Face your problems head on with confidence and courage, and you will emerge victorious. Okay. And we have midheaven with pinnacle. Wow, number 36. Or the number 9. And we have king with 7-7, divine masculine. Wow, that's a beautiful card. Just got these cards too. Love that for you guys. All right, and then we have this abstract card right here. Wow. A message coming very clear already. planting seeds. Seeds of grace are being planted in the fertile soil of my soul. Isn't that amazing? All right. Salanio, the Oracle forecast. I am the Oracle. My intuitive insights flow freely. I am the Oracle. My intuitive insights flow freely. Forecast. Beautiful. Okay. 15, with deep emotions, unknown feelings, past life influences, or the number 6. Beautiful. And number 11, by the book. And we have wise salt. All right, let's pull 3 tarot cards here for more clarity here for pile number 2, Spirit. Thank you so much for clear and concise message for beautiful pile number 2. And thank you so much, pile number 2, for allowing me to tap into your energy. All right, can we get 3 cards? What positive changes are coming towards pile number 2, Spirit? 3 cards. Thank you. We got, nope, that one's not wanting. Okay, 1. The Queen of Wands. Oh, I'm feeling this one. The Hangman. And 1 more. The 9 of Cups. You guys, wow, what is your wish? What is your wish? Because your wish is certainly attainable and achievable for you. All right, now, beautiful pile number 2. I feel like what has been happening, and I feel like I'm, I feel like I'm in a period of where now I'm getting empowered. Okay, so you guys could very well be finding a sense of empowerment that you have not quite have felt before. And I feel like it's been a long time coming and very slow build. Okay, and I feel like for some of you guys have been kind of, what I heard was saving the bigger challenge for the end, or now you got to kind of face the big challenge. Okay, but yeah, I feel, oh my gosh, I'm getting lots of messages here. Sorry, I'm trying to stay in a format that you guys are able to follow, but it's very exciting. Okay, very exciting here for you guys. Pile number 2. I feel like you guys have been working on yourself, okay? And I feel like you guys have been neglecting some areas in which you might have always known that you would have to face, or that you would have to invest your time and your energy and your efforts. So you, bit by bit, were planting seeds, okay? With the planting seeds, you were investing in this area bit by bit, but you weren't facing this head on because there were parts of you that you were still needing to work on and still needing to understand, okay? And I feel like there's almost like a mountaintop, okay, with the pinnacle here. I feel like there was a mountaintop or something that you always wanted to achieve, that you felt like was the end result of where you wanted to go, but you were really focused on dealing with all the other stuff around you. And I feel like what you've been doing is preparing yourself for a journey, or at least you felt like you're preparing yourself towards a journey that you ultimately knew you were going to face. And I feel like a lot of you guys either felt like you were not prepared, or like you weren't quite there yet. There was a certain process, a certain way that you had to go about getting there. Maybe you were working on your confidence. Maybe you were working on areas of doubt. And I feel like you guys are now coming into a positive change where all of that doubt and self-doubt is now coming to an end. Okay, there is a clearing of any sort of negative energies where you felt like maybe you weren't able to, or that the challenge was bigger than you were able to manage, or that taking a good look at your emotions might have seemed like, I feel like maybe you were not wanting to take a look at the full scope of emotions. You were maybe being a little bit distracted, self-distracted, in order to gain more power and more information, more strength, enabling you to decide when it was time for you to want to take a step forward towards what it is that you actually wanted. Because I feel like there is something here that you guys were actually wanting. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, it could very well be like bringing in your wish come true here, something you're emotionally really desiring that brings you complete emotional happiness. Okay, bringing it in towards you. And I feel like there's been a period of time where you were really contemplating whether you were wanting it, whether you were deserving of it, what made sense. I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're in your head about it. What could you do? What was within your capability? You wanted to be very intelligent about how you went about it. You didn't want to ruin something with maybe knowing how you are, or thinking that you do something that would jeopardize this. And you're taking little bits and pieces at a time in order to move towards seeing the bigger picture of achieving and accomplishing what it is that you know that you wanted all along. So I feel like the next positive thing that's coming in is you being able to face this and stand in your own power and understand that the whole process was a learning experience for you in order to deal with and manage the situation, and not shy away or be fearful of emotions that are unknown, or that are deeper than expected, or that are I just feel like there is this ability to face any sort of challenge that is now being thrown upon you, that you might have shut the door on in the past because you weren't either ready to take a dive into it or deal with the situation. And mostly because I feel like you probably didn't want to ruin something, or felt like if you were to move forward and engage in something that you would disappoint maybe another or yourself, or ruin something that you really cared about, something that you really meant a lot to you, that you were wanting it to come out almost like you had a vision of it in your mind that was perfect, okay, that would it would pan out in a certain way and result in a certain beautiful way that you didn't want to spoil, and that you wanted to ensure this, whatever this was, remained sacred and remained exactly as you envisioned it in your mind. So if you weren't ready to move forward, or if you were still in a vibration that didn't allow things to progress in the way you felt it should have progressed or should be progressing, then you weren't ready to face that challenge and deal with situations. But bit by bit, I think you've been focusing on areas that you were able to still hang on to, or stay connected to this dream, this desire, this wish that you've always kind of wanted. Okay, this is something that you know that you've always wanted, but you're unable to move because of how you perceived yourself to be in a situation. Maybe perceived yourself to be, not ready yet, or you were not able to proceed in a way that your mind had envisioned you wanting to proceed. You weren't ready to enjoy it. Yeah, and I feel like now you are ready to face this. You're ready to stand strong. You're ready to stand in your power of anything that comes your way, even anything that is unknown, because you've done the best that you could in understanding that things that come to you that are unknown, including emotions, other people's emotions or reactions in situations, or how this situation might unfold, you are ready to resolve that. You feel strong enough to resolve this. You feel like you are prepared enough, despite not knowing what might actually surface or what might actually come. I feel like you've had your eye on the prize, okay, this whole time. And you wanted to make sure that you were moving in such a way that was intelligent and not sacrificing or sabotaging the end result of whatever this is. Yeah, and I feel like there is a clearing of old energies, and what you're attaining is your lessons in your lessons up until now in a situation that has helped you to release what is no longer serving you, but to be able to move forward in confidence. Okay, I feel like there's a part of you that still might might be a little scared, okay, because I think there's an unexpected result of where this might go, but you have your idea of what you think is this ideal. Yeah, an idea of what you think the outcome will look like a paradise, like your ultimate joy. Okay, and maybe there is fear that this outcome or this situation would not appear as you imagined it could. But I feel here with spirit that not only is this outcome going to appear as you had envisioned it, okay, like this ultimate heavenly place, this fantastical place, it is going to bring you absolute joy and satisfy your wishes beyond your level of comprehension here. Okay, so I feel like there is a lot of blessings that you're bringing in from this situation, and allowing yourself to be open to experiencing and facing whatever it is that's coming your way. Okay, and I feel like there is, or there has been in the past, doubts and fears about maybe not being able to manage or handle these situations in a way that you might have felt you should be, but now you are opening yourself up to it is okay to experience these experiences openly and manage them bit by bit, and keep your head up to what the prize is at the end here. Okay, and I'm so excited. I don't know what this prize is, or this situation that you've really wanted to have a goal. You really were focused on an outcome. Okay, and I feel it is a place of caring. I feel it's a place of love. I feel like it involves your heart with all the green here. I'm really feeling like heart chakra based, something that you're emotionally attached to, that meant so much to you and means so much to you, that you weren't willing to just haphazardly step forward until you felt prepared, until you understood your limitations, your capabilities, and now you are confidently facing this, and you are realizing that you're never quite completely over your fears, but you are in charge of how you react to situations, and you are much wiser for it, and you feel like you are ready to face this challenge and this situation, or if there are challenges, okay? Because I don't feel like this is a challenge. I feel like you might have envisioned this coming with a challenge, and how would you handle it? You might have envisioned that there would be some obstacles or some unknowns in facing towards your goal, but I feel like you might have been trying to over prepare yourself because you did not want to lose or let it go. your goal, your vision, your dream, and now you're prepared. Okay, so this is absolutely beautiful. I hope this resonated for you guys. Pile number 2, you are so beautiful. Let me know what this is all about. It's very exciting. And if you're drawn to another pile, I will see you there. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous and beautiful, splendid pile number 3. If you picked this brass key right here, I'm so excited to get into your reading. We're taking a look at what positive changes are coming towards you, okay? So Spirit is going to communicate a message to you, what positive energy is entering your life. I pre-shuffle these oracle cards. I picked them. I have not looked at them, and we'll get into your message once all the cards are laid out, and then we'll pull a little bit of tarot as well. All right, so let's take a look here. Okay, so we have Sitting with Sorrow. Okay, number 26. Now, I feel like some of you guys may have watched my other video, or at least you have been subscribed to me, because yeah, I feel like I know this energy that's viewing right now, and I feel like this message is for you. Okay, so hopefully this resonates with at least one of you guys that I feel really needs to hear this message. All right, so a message is coming very strong for you, my beautiful pile number 3. Yeah, I feel your energy here. Very beautiful. Okay, so we have Sitting with Sorrow. We have Grief. Okay. We have Pueo, Hawaiian Owl. Your ancestral spirit guides are offering you guidance now, so pay close attention to signs and omens from them. Wow. Okay. We have First House with Arrival, the number 39, or the number 12. We have Honor Your Agreement, Mission in Motion with 8-8. And we have this abstract card right here. Okay. And we have Simplifying Your Life. I cherish the simple pleasures of life. Move that there. And we have Electra, 18 or 9, the shining star glow. I no longer dim my light. I shine bright for all to see. And we have Power Over Difficulty, reclaiming your power with the number 32. The number 5. Beautiful. Let's put that there. Very similar cards there. Beautiful. Okay. Let's put these down here. And we have the number 50 with No Place Like Home. Okay, and we have Virgin's Milk. So lots of blues I'm getting, which could very well be throat chakra. Okay, throat chakra. Maybe you haven't had a chance to speak your truth yet. But let's take a look at 3 cards here from the tarot. Spirit, thank you so much for clear and concise message for beautiful pile number 3. Can we get 3 cards here further to clarify what positive changes are coming towards pile number 3? And thank you so much, pile number 3, for allowing me to tap into your beautiful energy, pile number 3. We have the Knight of Cups. All right. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Wow. And what else do we have? We have the Hierophant. Wow, beautiful. Okay. So gorgeous, pile number 3. It has been a very challenging situation for you guys. I can feel a level of sadness that you've been in for quite some time here, okay? And I feel like what Spirit is wanting you to know is that you are at the point right now in which you are going to be claiming back your power, in which you are now identifying what energies are coming from as guides, as energy that you might have not have realized was around you, okay, for some time, that is going to help you to overcome this difficulty, okay, this very difficult point in your life. And I feel like what's happening is that you are going to be building on your energy field bit by bit by your guides, your ancestral guides, your spirit animals, energy that you are finding reserves deep within yourself, okay? And I feel like Spirit is saying that there's a period of time where you were very, very, very low energy, okay? And you were in this state in order for you to dig in deep to yourself so that you can really become one with how much power you actually have in order to pull yourself out of a situation that has been confining you to sadness, confining you to feel as though you were helpless or that you were unable to move forward. I feel like there was a lot of different things overwhelming you after this situation, in which I feel the main situation of sadness, or the main situation that felt hopeless or helpless, or something's left you feeling very incapable. And I feel like after that, there seemed to be more things that started to pile onto this situation, in which you felt like you either had no control and you weren't sure where to start. Everything seems, or seemed, for some of you guys pulling out of this, like you were unable to begin anywhere because there was just too much. So it's just easier to fold and not reclaim your power and look away, or put it off for another day. Okay, but what Spirit is saying is, in this lesson, in this period of time in which you had help from your loved ones, spiritually, maybe physically, maybe you've had friends that were unable to assist you because you were needing to go through this deep cleanse of emotions and grief and sorrow and sadness. And it's been a long time, okay? But I feel like you guys are now pulling out of this, and you're able to find yourself, okay? Inside that sadness, inside that depth of yourself, bit by bit by bit, you're able to peel away at areas that were holding you back, that might have been keeping you in a state of sadness, or wallowing in a mind state that was no longer allowing you to move forward, okay? You recognize where you're able to see beauty in your day-to-day, in the little things, okay? And the little things that are adding up to big things, in order for you to pull through and reclaim your full power, okay? So a positive change is coming. You guys are now arriving home. You guys are now arriving to yourself, okay? Your true core self. It's been a long journey to get there. There's been a lot thrown at you. There's been a lot of winding ways, and a lot of I feel like situations, circumstances, even the smallest thing could have rubbed you the wrong way. Overwhelming, okay? But you've walked through that, and now you've reached the core of who you are. And now bit by bit, you're walking out of this fog. Bit by bit, you're reclaiming back your power. Bit by bit, you're shining stronger and stronger. And your spirit guides are walking with you, okay? You are much more powerful than you could have ever possibly imagined. And I feel like this level of depths of you you've never really visited. Okay, I don't feel like you guys have. I mean, it's been there all along because it's the true core of who you are, but I feel like this experience allowed you to view the true core of yourself. It allowed you to become one and recognize that side of you that will continuously be there for you to help push you through challenging situations. You will never lose that ever again. You'll know how to tap into that. You'll know how to utilize that strength in order to push through adversity. And I feel like this experience has been very heavy on your soul, where at one point you felt like maybe you were losing, but what Spirit is saying is you were gaining with every turn, with every situation that was impacting you, that you were able to sit with and sort through and really analyze and feel to the core of you. Okay, you're able to transform this and alchemize this to a beautiful energy that's now going to flow out of you. Okay, this is how you're going to reclaim your power. You're able to use this as fuel to energetically shine through and push through, and it's going to propel and snowball. Okay, with this mission in motion, I feel like you will be guided to continuously push through and use this as fuel. With the Virgin's milk here, it is the fuel that's going to sustain you towards moving forward. Okay, and I feel like the lesson is one in which will remain with you for your lifetime, where you're having to press forward no matter how challenging or how slow, because you understand the depths of your own emotions and you're dedicated to keep progressing forward to truths, higher truths of situations. Okay, and I really feel like for some of you guys, you're right at the door. Okay, you're right at the door. You're knocking on the door of the core of yourself, and you feel like you have nothing left. You have no energy left. You have no more. You can't take one more thing that's going to throw you off balance. And Spirit guides here saying, you're not going to have another thing throw you off. You're not going to have to experience another day of the depth of sorrow and sadness. You have hit the lowest point, okay, of this period in time, and you've pushed through this grief, and you're able to churn this grief, this anxiety, and this sadness into fuel to get you to move towards now what is rightfully yours, to shine bright, okay, for everyone to see. This is you stepping into your power, you reclaiming your life back, and you doing this step by step with momentum and motion, and with the inertia of these tiny things that you're able to do a little bit every day. Whatever you're able to do is going to build and push you forward in motion to bigger things, until these little things and bigger things become the whole you. Okay, and you're able to overcome this difficulty. All right, so the positive thing that's happening here is you're arriving home to the core of yourself, and you're going to forever have yourself, okay, because people come and go, situations come and go. Yourself is forever. The core of you is forever. You're able to utilize your core of how you handle things in the future, and that nothing is going to stop you. Nothing's ever going to bring you back down to this place, okay? You are a warrior. You're strong. You are able to shine very bright, and you are finding your way out of a situation that took some time. It took a lot of you, but those pieces of you are now transformed into what's beautiful about you. And this is a lesson that you'll never forget, that'll never leave you, that has made you strong, has made you very independent on other people, has made you very independent on what's going on around you and situations and circumstances. And what might have seemed very overwhelming, you're now able to take little bits and turn it into fuel to release yourself from a situation that seemed helpless or hopeless. And my heart goes out to you guys. Pile number 3, you are such a blessing, and I am honored to do your reading. I see nothing but joy, nothing but strength, nothing but a beautiful light coming from your soul and your heart, and you are able to use this to help others get through periods of time where they might have felt like there was nobody around to help them. And pay attention to the people who are here to help support you, and any sort of helping hand that's around. All right, so thank you so much, guys. I enjoyed this reading. Please join me in pile number 1 or pile number 2 if you are drawn to either of those piles. Love and light. See you soon. Bye.